Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
One of the provisions in the Build Back Better stimulus package that is kind of in limbo here, as the Build Back Better stimulus package is in limbo as well. They're probably going to rebrand it, rename it, and multiple different provisions here are really in limbo. We're going to decide here, where they're going to decide, and Senator Joe Manchin and basically all the senators are going to have to negotiate what might make it in this next stimulus package. One of the provisions was affordable housing. They were going to build up to $200 billion in affordable housing across the country. Well, that is kind of one of the things here in question. Is that going to make it here in the next stimulus package? Yeah, so that's kind of something that hasn't gotten a lot of coverage here lately, and does kind of make us wonder here, will that even be built? And when you look at this recent list here of where rent is rising the most, yeah, but yeah, when you look at a lot of these different areas where Florida, New Jersey, New York, rent's rising 30%. A lot of other states rising 20%, 15%, 25%. That's insane. That's insane. And affordable housing being built across the country could make a dent in this. Imagine affordable housing being built by the billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, and being rent controlled, where the rent wouldn't rise, or maybe only rise 2 or 3% a year, just to basically keep up with rising utility costs or something like that. Just to basically pay for, just to keep up with the, cost of utilities or something like that. That is something that was in the Build Back Better package that could be passed here or could not be passed. But a lot of people are struggling with costs like this. I mean, you look at the cost of rent rising in all these different places. It's insane. It's really insane. And this is just yet another thing here that the middle and lower middle and low income classes here are just really struggling with here. If you're on fixed income, if you're a senior, if you're on low income, or if you have children and you're not getting those child tax credit payments anymore, if you're in any of those categories, this is where it hurts you the most. This is where it hurts you the most. And this is why 63% of Americans right now are paycheck to paycheck or behind on their bills. And yeah, this is where it's just really hitting home the most. And this is where you kind of got to wonder here when you see Congress with $800 billion in stimulus money that's already been approved, right? Kind of makes you wonder. And that's why my tweet here that I sent out to Congress here, and the President of the United States and multiple different senators and representatives and congressmen here, that says $800 billion of stimulus money is already approved and is just sitting here from Stimulus Package 1, Stimulus Package 2, and Stimulus Package 3. This is money approved underneath former President Donald Trump and Biden. This is money approved underneath Republicans and underneath Democrats, okay? This is money that is already appropriated. This money, as you can see here, you can easily use half of this money to send out a forced stimulus check out to people in need now. This will not add to the debt, the national debt, or add to inflation because it's already been appropriated. This money has already been theoretically added to the debt. It's already been theoretically added to the inflation because it's already been printed, per se, okay? It's already been added to both of those things, okay? It's already been printed, okay? If you kind of understand how that's work, it's already been printed. It's already been allocated. It's already been approved. All those things are already done. It's already sitting in an account, and the government has it, okay? And, I mean, if you know anything about interest, is if it's just sitting in a bank account, it's earning like 0.05%. So the government's not really earning any money on it on interest, okay? If the government even earns money on its own money, right? If the government even earns interest on its own money, right? So the reality of it is here is they need to decide who to send this out to. It's $800 billion of stimulus money. And 63% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck or are behind on bills right now. They can literally just send this out to Americans that are behind on bills, low income, middle income, right now. They can send this out through an executive order and just reappropriate it. Or they can just have Congress just, say, all right, let's just send this out as a stimulus check and just use the old stimulus money. We don't even have to pass a single dollar of new money, okay? So this won't add any new money to debt or inflation. Yeah, they won't need to spend a single dollar of new money. So everybody all concerned about inflation when it comes to providing for people. I get it, I'm concerned about inflation too, but we have to help people now, right? One of the best ways to help people with inflation is to actually help them out, right? Let's give them something to, okay, if people can't afford food right now, help them out, right? And honestly, if you actually look right now, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of states that are actually giving extra SNAP benefits, right? So if you think about it, if people can't afford food, what do? You give them money for food. If people can't afford housing, what do? You give them money for housing. People can't afford utilities and electric, you give them money for electric, right? If people can't afford anything, you give them money, you give them stimulus checks, right? So I understand the whole inflation thing, right? But if there's $800 billion of stimulus money that's already been approved, give it to the people who need it. It's stimulus money, right? What else are they going to do with it? Eventually, they're going to figure out that they need to send it out. The longer they wait, it's just hurting more and more people. So this is why they need to either send out an executive order and just reappropriate it. Now remember, former President Donald Trump did basically this exact same thing. He did an executive order that basically just reappropriated things, okay? Money that was already approved by Congress, which is what this $800 billion is. And he took this money, Trump did, slightly different. He took money that was from the Disaster Relief Fund, billions and billions of dollars, and sent it out with the unemployment stimulus checks, okay? He sent out basically $1,800 worth of checks to millions and millions of Americans right before the 2020 election, okay? Biden can do the same thing, or if they don't want to do it through executive order for whatever reason, they can have Congress do it, okay? But regardless, is that this money is already approved. It's from Stimulus Package 1, Stimulus Package 2, and Stimulus Package 3. 1 and 2 are underneath Trump, 3 is underneath Biden. It's already approved. You can let me know your thoughts here. But I mean, we see all these different states giving help to their residents. They're doing stimulus checks, tax rebate checks, which is basically the same thing, giving a extra SNAP benefits, pandemic EBT benefits, which is basically just giving back to their people because of the pandemic. Basically, no other reason why. If it weren't for the pandemic, probably 90% of those extra checks would not exist. So all these states realize that because of the pandemic, first of all, the extra SNAP benefits wouldn't exist for sure. The pandemic EBT benefits, the school assistance benefits wouldn't exist. It's literally called pandemic EBT. And all these state stimulus checks, 90% of those wouldn't exist either. So all these states are actually stepping up to the plate and saying, you know what? We realize that all of our residents, a big chunk of our residents are hurting. And we're stepping to the plate, helping out our residents. A lot of them are putting income caps on it, well, almost all of them. because they realize that, we don't need to send, stimulus checks out to people making, 6 figures a year and stuff, right? Which makes sense. So the states are kind of stepping up and doing the right thing. Now, of course, we need to see all the states doing it, more states doing it. Now, I don't know if every single state has a surplus of money. Every single state did get $1 billion or more from the third stimulus check package. So there is that. But we need to see more and more governors step up to the plate and be more willing to give money back to their people. And not to choose sides or anything, but kind of the governors, and I'm just kind of speaking bluntly here, and I think we all kind of know this here just by, generalization here, but kind of the governors who don't really kind of want to give back tend to be some of the Republican governors. And again, I'm just kind of generalizing here, but I think we all kind of realize that here. But we are starting to see some of the Republican governors start to give back here in some of these forms. And some of them are doing it with tax cuts, which is kind of a way of giving back, whether it's a tax cut or it's a tax rebate check, which is the same thing as a stimulus check. Either way, they're giving back to their people. Some of them are considering fuel cuts, reducing the price of gas, which I did a video on that. So that actually cost them many, many millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars as well, which is a way of giving back to their residents as well, because if you reduce the price of gas, that'll probably actually save you hundreds of dollars a year as well, and it costs the state hundreds of millions of dollars. So again, just a kind of another way of the state to give back. It does cost the state hundreds of millions of dollars. So regardless of what way the state ends up doing it, we are starting to see a lot of states kind of step up to the plate here in 2022. And remember, it's only February. Middle February here. We're actually seeing a lot of different states kind of say, well, we have a lot of money here, billions of dollars, and we need to figure out what to do with it here. I'll kind of keep you up to date here as a lot of states are kind of announcing this, figuring this out here.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very, very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.